Smith with U Sports Production, coming to you from Layritz Park in Victoria, BC. Thank you for tuning in. Well, we're at the Canadian Championships, and we're at day 2, and Layritz is playing the Prairies. Layritz out of Victoria, and the Prairies, it's a Moose Jaw team. It should be a good one, folks. This is the first game for Layritz. Prairies lost their first game, but they're back at it today and looking to, get something, a win or right the ship in the round robin play. And, Moose Jaw, they're a talented team. They look pretty strong in their first game. Just things didn't work out for them. Sometimes you have those games. And Layritz, they haven't been tested much. They haven't really played in any tournaments, so you just don't know what to expect from them. But it should be a good one. There's a lot of fans out today to watch their hometown team. And getting a nod today for the team out of the Prairies, that's going to be Vaughn. And Layritz is going to counter on the bump with Filipovic, a young man. He's a good pitcher, hard thrower, and both these pitchers. This should be a good one. This is the Prairies against the host team, Layritz. Let's play ball. And Lamberton leading things off for Layritz, and on the mound, that's going to be Vaughn. And Vaughn with the pitch. That goes right over short. Oh, mishandles it a bit. Oh, and then the overthrow. And alertly, Lamberton is going to use his speed to get over the second. And that is going to bring up Crump. And Crump, and he's going to rip this ball. That's a beauty right down the outfield. Lamberton all the way to third. There's speed on the bases here. Runners on the corner. And that'll bring up Ash. And Ash looking to cash in a run, and he does. Beauty. That's a nice hit right through the infield. Lamberton will score, and Crump in at second with the long single RBI. That is a beauty by Ash, but next up to bat, that is Calibrick. He's got 2 on, and 1-0 early on for the Ritz, and Calibrick's going to rip this ball. Oh, that's a liner right to short. That's a beauty right there. I love Easton. He did that. It was third baseman, I think it was. And then Kane up the bat is a dangerous hitter. Young man, he's going to rip this ball. Just a line shot like a rope down the line. And 1 run will score. Ash held up at third. They would have stand-up double as Kane. What a job by this Layritz squad early on. And then Beach is going to walk. And that's going to bring up Sykes with the bases loaded. And Sykes, he gets ahead of this one quick down the line. That's a quick bat. And 2 runs are going to score. Beach is held up at second, and Sykes in with a long single. Cashing in 2 runs there, 4-0. Layritz all over the bats early on. And next up to bat, that is Parhar. And Parhar, he's got an 0-1 count on him. Oh, and he's going to hit this ball hard too. And that's going to get out of the infield. And rounding third and coming in to score. That is Layritz put another one on the board. You got to love that. And so do these fans. Runners at first and second. And then Sykes with some alert base running. He's going to move over to third. And now there's runners at first and third. And that's going to bring up Horseman to the plate. And Horseman looking to get on the action. And Horseman, he is going to absolutely pound this ball. And it's going right to the fence. Oh, yeah, man, just about catches it. And 1 run will score. That puts a runner at third. So first and third, and still 1 out. And that's going to bring Lamberton up to the plate and scores 6-0. And Lamberton, he's going to walk, and that's going to load up the bases. And next up the bat for Layritz is going to be Sam Burns. And Burns, he's got some pop in that bat of his. And Burns digging in deep, and he is going to absolutely pound this ball. It's going, and just fouled. What a shot by Burns. He just turned on that quickly. And then Burns, he's going to foul this one back. 0-2 count on Burns. And that's, there's 1 out in this inning. And Burns trying to cash in some runners, 6-0 for this Layritz squad. This Layritz squad, they haven't been tested much, so you don't know what to get out of them. But their bats have sure been good early on. And then an 0-2 count on Burns, and he is going to absolutely rip this ball. Oh, and that is a shot. Oh, that's a grand slam home run for Mr. Burns. Welcome to the Canadians, Sam Burns. That is a shocker to be heard around the park. And the teammates there to welcome him into home, and he touches that is 4 more on the board, 10-0. Layritz early on, and Sam Burns. Yeah, you're going to be hearing about this for a while, buddy. That's a great shot by this young man. And now with 2 out, and Quest at the plate, 2 strikes on him. And a pitch by Vaughn. Oh, that's a nasty pitch, and that will retire the side, but not before Layritz just explodes in the opening inning of this championship for them, 10-0. And Hudson leading things off for this Prairie team out of Moose Jaw, and that's Filipovic on the mound, and Filipovic 1-2 count. This one right over to Beach. Beach bobbles a bit, picks it up, and fires over to first for the out. And with a 2-2 count, Ollie steps up to the plate. Filipovic with the delivery. Oh, and Ollie turns on this. He hits a shot. Oh, and that just about goes all the way to the wall and picked up nicely and brought him. And Ollie's got some speed into second. That's a great hit, young man. And then Blake steps up to the plate. And Blake with a 1-2 count on him. He's fouled off a few, and Filipovic, he's looking to do some damage, and that's a nice hit right there by Blake. Oh, and Beach with a great catch, young man doing a great job early on. And then Jordan at the plate, 0-2 count. And there's 2 outs, runner at second, Filipovic. He's going to throw some high heat. That gets the outside corner. What a nice pitch here by Filipovic. Retire the side. We're going to the top of the second, still 10-0. And Layritz batted through the order last time, so yeah, coming up to the plate, that's going to be Lamberton. And Lamberton, there's a Vaughn delivery, and Lamberton, he's going to pound this ball. That's going to go all the way to the run. Oh, the fielders were playing in, and Lamberton just strokes it out there. And he is coming around second all the way to third. What a hit by Lamberton. Oh, he's got the karate kick. A couple of shots in there. And that's going to bring up Crump. And the ball gets by the catcher and into score. You know, that's a leadoff hitter right there. That's what you do. You manufacture runs any way that you can. With the bat, with your legs, and then Crump's going to walk. Another young man has speed. And then next up to bat, that's going to be Ash. And Ash turns on this and just pounds it all the way to the wall. And rounding second, heading for third. That's a great job by Crump. And in with a stand-up double. That's Mr. Ash. What a hit right there. That's a beauty. 11-0, and that's going to bring up Calibrick. And Calibrick, he is going to turn on this one also. And Ligon has a beat on it, and he fires it home. But Crump is there, and into third goes Ash. Another run on the board, 12-0 for this Layritz spot. And then next up to bat, that's going to be Kane. And Kane with the runner at third, and Kane, he's going to hit this ball hard. And he flies out the center fielder, and another run's going to score. That's going to make it 13-0. And next up for Layritz, that's going to be Beach. And there's 2 out, runner at third, and Beach. Oh, he's going to go the opposite way. He gets a piece of this one. Oh, but what a great play there by Larkin. That's a beauty. And the bottom of the second, that's Easton. Easton up to plate, 2-2 count on him. And that is Filipovic with the delivery. And Easton rips this ball. And picked up nicely by Ash. Oh, but it just missed over first. So into second, there goes Easton. What a way to start things off for this Moose Jaw squad. And that brings Max up to bat, and Filipovic 2-2 count on him, and he is going to throw. Oh, that's a heater on the outside corner, and that's a great pitch by Filipovic. You got to love it when you're catching corners like that. And next up to bat, that's Bo, and that's a 2-2 count on Bo. And Filipovic, he's looking strong early on. And Filipovic, right down the plate, low. That's a tough pitch to hit, and that's for the strikeout. And then Filipovic, he's facing Anthony. And there's a 2-2 count on this as well. And a swing and a miss. What a pitch by Filipovic. He strikes out the side after that leadoff double. And still, and top of the third, Filipovic would single. And then that's going to, and Max is in the pitch for the Prairies. And coming to bat, that's Parhar. And Parhar with a runner at first. And he's going to take a rip at this ball, and it's going deep. and it's going deep, but tracking all the way. That is Blake holding the runner at first. And then Horseman had to play 1-on-1 count. 1 out runner on first, and he's going to hit this ball. That's right back to Max over to first. It will advance the runner. And next up before Layritz, that's going to be Burns. And Barnes, he's got a 2-1 count on him. He's got a 2-2 count on him. And the pitch by Max. Oh, and he lines out what a catch right there. That's a beauty by Jordan. And that will retire the side. We're heading to the bottom of the third. And we got a new pitcher. That's Horseman coming in to pitch. He's going to face Lincoln right away. And Lincoln, the first pitch he gets, he's going to drive this ball the opposite way. And that is going to drop down. I can't see it, but it dropped down, I swear. And that's for the single. And then next up to bat is Larkin. And Larkin, he's going to lay down a bunt and trying to pick it up right there. And nobody's at first. And things just kind of went sideways. That puts quickly runners at first and second for this team out of Moose Jaw. And then Horseman, he's facing Vaughn, and that's a one-hopper. Oh, that goes over the beach. That's a shovel past the Ash, over to first for the double play. And that's a beauty. That corrects everything that just happened before that and erases the base runners. And now Horseman, he's got Landon. He's got 2 strikes on Landon. And Horseman would blow a pitch on the outside corner for the strikeout, and that will retire the side. That's the top of the fourth. And leading things off, that's Burns after his grand slam. And there's the pitch by Max, and Burns, he's going to rip this one. And there is another hit for Burns, and that's a beauty, and that's a leadoff single. And then next up to bat, that is going to be Filipovic. And Filipovic is going to drive this ball right up the middle, and it trickles through. They bobble a little bit, and that's too bad. That puts runners at first and second. And that's unfortunate right there. And that's going to bring up Quest. And Quest with runners at first and second. Nobody out. He's going to absolutely pound this ball. And that's right to the center fielder. Tagging up. That's going to score and run. Runner over to third. That's Burns. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter. And that's Lamberton, and he's going to hit this ball right over to short, and he's going to pick it up and fire it over to first. It's 1 run, scores 2 runs in, and Lamberton is going to be safe at first, and cashes in those 2 runs, and that's some heads-up base running, and that's going to make it 14-0 for Layritz. And then Crump up to bat. Crump's going to rip this one. This young man seeing the ball really well. And puts it over on the right-hand side, and that's to put runners at first and second. They're mounting a charge again. And then they're going to have a little talk at the mound, and that's going to be it right now for Max, and that's going to bring in a new pitcher. And then that new pitcher is Jordan, and he's facing Ash, and Ash is going to turn on this, and he's going to go the opposite way. And runner is out at second, but the runner is going to score. And then Calabrick up to the plate. Calabrick's going to rip this ball right up the middle, and that is going to score a run. And they were up to 16-0 now. And with 2 outs and 2 on, that's going to bring Kane up to the plate and looking to cash in that runner. And Kane, he's going to hit this ball deep. It's going deep, but Hudson's camping under it, and that will retire the side, but not before some more runs in for this squad out of Layritz. They're sure on the bats today, and now Horseman, he's going to be facing Hudson, and he just blows one by him, and that's for the strikeout. And next batter, that's going to be Ollie, and Horseman, he just blows another one by him. Man, in a groove right here. But at this stage of the game, you're just trying to keep your arms fresh, and that's going to bring in Sykes, and that's 2 outs and runner at third, 16-0, and Sykes. That ball by Hudson, it's hit sharply, and that goes over to first by Ash, and that's a great play by Ash. Now we'll retire the side, and that's it. That's the ball game, 16-0 for Layritz. But you got to tip your cap to these Prairies. They, 1 big inning got them, and that was where the damage was done. But great ball game and all. We caught up with the star of this game, Mr. Buns, for his thoughts on the game.
Okay, so you got here, and then you step up to bat, and they're jacked, and you just let two fly. Like, tell me about that feeling, because that was a smooth stroke.
Yeah, I just stayed calm, just relaxed myself, and it's just a game. I didn't think much more than that. Couldn't have done it without my team cheering me. Like, it was just a great moment for me.
And it's great to see before, because everyone was hitting the ball hard.
Yeah.
So that's going to give you some confidence. You could probably see the ball pretty well. Tell me about that pitch you saw that you turned on.
Well, I just saw ball, hit ball, like nothing else. See ball, hit ball, got my pitch, barreled it. That's all it is.
That's awesome. Now it always goes, you win a game like this and it's dangerous because, you think you're, but it's just restart again. You start again, and tell me about that mentality you're going into tomorrow.
Like, you strike out, you don't stay back. You don't focus on the past, you focus on the future and what you're going to do next. Because I'm only 11, I have a better career ahead. It's just one game.
And lastly, you're doing this with your team.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely cool, right? Like, tell me about that, doing with the team, and just
I definitely would not have hit that grand slam without my team, my coaches, my family, my dad. It's just like all the work we put in. Yeah.
Good to see all these fans out here today, cheering on Layritz, and same with the fans out of the Prairies. Great job. Let's get out in the community. Let's support events like this. My name is Cam Smith with U Sports Production. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the field.